Okay, welcome back to the Crypto Mastermind show, guys. Thought I'd do a little video. It's kind of important. The Treasury just declared the US insolvent. This is quite important. The US government is insolvent. That's not hyperbole. They've only got $6 trillion in total assets against almost $48 trillion in total liabilities. So essentially the government, the United States government, is bankrupt. The biggest economy in the world. So we're gonna do a little bit of a deep dive on this. So the $47 trillion in reported liabilities, that's not even all of it. That's just like a small slither of it. It does not include unfunded obligations of social insurance programs like Social Security and Medicare. Those are disclosed separately in the off-balance sheet statement of social insurance. So all the big debts, they're off the balance sheet. In other words, you can't see it. The government's consolidated balance sheet position excludes the SOSI, deteriorated by nearly $2.2 trillion between financial year 2024 and financial year 2025, reaching a staggering negative $41.72 trillion. Total liabilities are now nearly 8 times the value of reported assets. The largest drivers were a $2 trillion increase in federal debt and interest payable, now $30.33 trillion, and a $438 billion increase in federal employee and veteran benefits payable, now $15.7 trillion. See, this is related to crypto, right? So you're gonna want to pay attention here. And this is all happening during the bloody war. The bullshit war that they created, where innocent people are dying for fucking nothing, you know, because these dick suckers want to make money, you know, these evil elitists, the higher powers, well actually not the higher powers, sorry, the people that control the world. That's what I mean by high. Not higher power, the people that control the world. See, we're going to be ushering in the new system, you see. So they have to crash this financial system so that they can bring in the new system. See, we're transitioning through the new world, and I'm definitely not going to say order. So they're going to crash this system, and then they can roll out the crypto system, the blockchain system, digital wallets. This is all by design, you know. They make it look like everything is all hunky-dory, stock market just keeps going up. It's all fake, it's all fraud, corruption, and manipulation in the stock market. These dick suckers in Wall Street, they're all criminals, you know. It's legal what they're doing, but it's unethical, highly unethical, you know. So we are transitioning to the new system, you know. So the point of me doing this video is I want y'all to make some money. I want you to protect yourself, and I want to show you what's going on, you know, because the media ain't covering this type of news, you know. Because you can't just keep printing more and more and more money, you know, and their revenue is not going up with it. Their assets, they've got more debt than assets, 8-fold, you know. It's like earning $1. It's like earning $1 and then you got $8 of debt. You know what I mean? It's unsustainable, right? So something has to give. I think that's where the black swan comes in, you know. Alright, this is related. BlackRock is betting billions that tokenized funds will do for Wall Street what the internet did to mail. BlackRock, Larry Fink is it's a very dirty man, but he knows something that we don't know. So, BlackRock CEO Larry Fink argues that digital wallets and tokenized assets could modernize markets and expand investor access. See what's going on? Everything is getting tokenized, right? I just made a video yesterday on tokenization. So we're seeing more and more stuff get tokenized on the blockchain. Digital wallets coming soon. Everybody will have a digital wallet eventually, or most people in the population will. So he made an annual shareholder letter to argue that tokenization and digital assets could modernize the financial system, while warning that US capitalism is failing too many workers. Just after I told you guys about that article about the US being insolvent, capitalism isn't the problem. It's these dick suckers in Congress, these government officials that sell out the people. They're the fucking disease, not the system. The government, these government politicians, they're the problem. That's why the system is failing, you know, or one of the reasons why the government is the system is failing is because of the politicians, or one aspect of it. Fink said recording asset ownership on digital ledgers and using regulated digital wallets could make issuing, trading, and accessing investments faster, cheaper, and more widely available. He framed tokenization as part of a broader effort to address inequality and strained public finances, noting BlackRock's growing digital asset business and calling for clear rules on investor protection. Yeah, like they give a fuck about us, right? Counterparty risk and digital identity. See, BlackRock, unfortunately, they're the biggest one. They're the biggest company in the world. They got trillions of dollars in assets. They control government policies, everything. Yeah, and they're saying this. I'll say, you see, it does not get any bigger than BlackRock. You know, as much as I can't stand BlackRock, they know things that we don't know. So I'm trying to spread the word out that you can make some money and you can protect yourself. You know. It says that digital assets and tokenization can help update the financial system. And he warned that the US economic model is leaving too many people behind. Yeah, no thanks to their fucked up government and all the frauds that are in Congress. It's just disgusting, man. You know, these people are supposed to be doing the right thing for the public, for the common person, and what are they doing? They're just destroying people financially, creating fake wars. You know, it's just a shit show. You know, printing more and more money, inflation going through the roof, high interest rates. It's like, what is all this bullshit, man? What a freaking joke. And then they want to talk about investor protection and inequality. It's a fucking joke, man. Talks about high government debt, weak participation in capital markets, pushing pressure on the old model of finance. So in other words, they want poor people to invest money. That's what they mean. Sorry about that. Capitalism is working not just for enough people. Well, that's what he says. He proposes fixed Senate on tokenization and digital distributions as tools to expand access to investing and make markets run better. So it'll be more liquid. It'll be like 24/7 liquidity eventually. You can get in and out of the stock, or you can buy, say you can't afford to buy the full real estate, you can buy a part of the real estate, you know, stuff like that. It'll be interoperable, it'll be fractionalized, it'll be all on the blockchain. I'm just skimming it just so I can save you some time. Half of the world's population carries a digital wallet on their phone. Imagine if the same digital wallet could also let you invest in a broad mix of companies for the long term, as easy as sending a payment. They want to make it easier for everyone and more accessible. They want to do digital identity checks. Ugh, not good. To reduce illicit finance risk. The biggest risk is them, not the people. Oh man, these people. So they got their own fund here. It's called BIDO, BlackRock's USD Institutional Digital Liquidity Fund. So it's like tokenized bonds and stuff like that. It's the largest tokenized fund in the world. And the firm also manages 65 billion in stablecoin reserves and nearly 80 billion in digital asset exchange traded products. So they are tokenizing stuff, they're starting off with the small stuff and then they work their way up. Okay, this one's important. US financial system warned the banks, corporations and governments can no longer fund large economic shifts on their own, especially as the country tries to rebuild manufacturing capacity, expand energy supply and compete in artificial intelligence. So the whole system, to me, it seems that they're getting overhauled. AI, that the AI infrastructure is only going to get bigger and bigger and bigger, more data centers, right? Energy supply has to get bigger because AI uses a lot of energy, right? And what was Trump doing with the tariffs? Because they want people to use US products, right? Stimulate the economy, create more jobs, right? A lot going on. Yeah, I think I'll leave it at that. I think you get the gist of it, We might get a bit of price action with crypto, maybe another couple of months possibly, because crypto laws are around the corner. The crypto bill should be passed in about another 2 months if I'm not wrong. So after they have the crypto regulations, we might get a bit of a bump in crypto prices, but I mean, you're not going to get rich overnight, unfortunately. I mean, you will get rich if you have the right crypto, but it's going to take some time, unfortunately, Everyone's getting pissed off. All these knuckleheads, these immature idiot speculators are selling everything, They don't have the fortitude to weather the storm, because this is an opportunity. If you're watching right now to the end right now, I'm telling you, thank you. I'm about to give you some nuggets. We're going through the biggest financial shift in humanity with AI and robotics, next gen financial system, tokenization, nanotechnology, quantum computing. You want to take advantage on that. You want to capitalize on that. you know, and build multi-generational wealth. That's why I make these videos, so you can do that, you know. But most of y'all don't want to watch the videos. You don't want to learn. You know, everybody wants to be a millionaire, but nobody wants to do the work. I'm trying to make your life easier. You know, for some of y'all, it's smooth sailing. You know what you're doing. You know, you're committed. Some of y'all, you're all over the place. You know, you don't think long term. Crypto is a long term game. You know, I'm so sick and tired of all these knucklehead crypto degens. You know, they're destroying crypto. You know, they got no brains. They got no common sense. You know, they want to make little money, little bit of money. They want to get rich the next day. Crypto don't work like that. You know, let's play the long term game. You'll become remarkably. You'll be extremely wealthy. You know, multi-millionaire. Some of y'all might even be a billionaire. You know, you want crypto, all right? You want AI stocks, all right? And you want precious metals, physical gold and silver. Get those. You know, take advantage of this shift. You know, because you can be extremely wealthy if you put some effort in. You know, some of y'all. But hopefully you learn something. Yeah, I think I'll leave the video at that. I'll put a link for the Caleb and Brown. If you're looking for a place to buy a crypto, you can buy it there on Caleb and Brown. Best crypto exchange in the world. Institutional grade custody. Anyway, I'm gonna end the video at that. Thank you.